This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Team Philippines hit the ice. 20 athletes gear up for the Asian Winter Games. The Philippines fights fiercely but falls short in the ASEAN football thriller. TCC Invitational kicks off a new PGT season with high-stakes golf action. LeBron James and Max Christie lead the Lakers over the Blazers 114-106, while the Nets hold off the Bucks for a 113-110 win. And we get to meet the Philippines' archery ace, Andrea Robles. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 3rd of January. Now, here's our roundup. The Philippines is turning up the heat for the 9th Asian Winter Games in Harbin, China, which will be held on February 7 to 14 this year. With 20 athletes ready to compete in 6 of the 11 events, the country is not just chasing medals, it is also setting its sights on the Winter Olympics in Italy next year. Philippine Olympic Committee President Abraham Tolentino fired up the mission, saying that after conquering the Summer Olympics with 3 consecutive gold medals, now it's time to make winter history. Team Philippines will see action in the following events: curling, figure skating, alpine skiing, freestyle skiing, and snowboarding, and also short track speed skating. Karate Pilipinas President Richard Lim leads the charge as chef de mission. From a lone skier in 1990 to a 20-strong squad today, the Philippines is ready to take the ice by storm. Can our Winter Olympians carve out a medal-winning legacy in Harbin? Stay tuned. The games are about to heat up. The Philippine men's national football team delivered a heart-stopping performance in the 2024 ASEAN Mitsubishi Electric Cup, taking 7-time champs Thailand to extra time for the first time in history. Despite a 4-3 aggregate loss after a 3-1 defeat in Bangkok, the squad showcased grit and growth, battling back from a 0-2 deficit. Bjorn Christensen's stunning 84th minute rocket tied the series at 3-3, keeping the Philippines' dream alive and electrifying fans. Now in stoppage time, Manny Aguinaldo and Harvey Gayoso came agonizingly close to sealing the upset. But in the 116th minute, Thailand's Supanat Muenta broke the deadlock, heading in the winner. Despite the heartbreak, head coach Albert Capella said that the team reached new heights and it has learned to fight until the last second against regional giants. While PFF President John Gutierrez called this campaign a turning point for Philippine football. The Philippines kicks off its 2027 Asian Cup qualifiers on March 25, 2025 against the Maldives in Malé. They'll also take on Tajikistan and Timor-Leste in Group A, aiming to secure a spot in their 2nd Asian Cup finals. Get ready for the most electrifying start to the 2025 Philippine Golf Tour season. The prestigious ICTSI, the Country Club or TCC Invitational, is teeing off its 20th edition on January 28 to 31 at the legendary TCC course in Santa Rosa, Laguna. With a 6 million peso money pot on the line, this year's tournament is set to deliver heart-pounding drama and fierce rivalries as the nation's best golfers compete for glory. Reigning champion Tony Lascuna returns as the crowd favorite, hoping to add another victory to his legendary career after edging out Miguel Tabuena last year. But Tabuena, a former TCC Invitational champion and international standout, is back with a vengeance and is ready to make his mark. 2-time TCC Invitational champion Guido van der Valk is eyeing a 3rd win, while Angelo Ke, a 3-time champion, looks to break through after a stellar 2024 season. Rising stars like Keanu Jans, Sean Ramos, and the seasoned pro Raymond Haruala are set to heat up the course in a fierce battle for the top spot. The TCC Invitational launched in 2003 to honor ICTSI founder Don Pocholo Razon and has become one of the most sought-after events in Philippine golf. With a top prize of 2 million pesos and the nation's most challenging course as the backdrop, expect intense play and high drama throughout the tournament. With so many top names in the mix, this tournament is shaping up to be an action-filled showdown. So don't miss the start of the 2025 season because this is where the best rise to the occasion. LeBron James and Max Christie took control as the Lakers defeated the Blazers 114-106 despite missing Anthony Davis. LeBron dropped 38 points, including 18 in the first half with 7 3-pointers. Christie had a career-high 28 points, hitting 5 threes. Austin Reeves contributed 15 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds, while Christian Coloco added 8 points and 8 boards. Portland surged early, but LeBron and Christie ignited a comeback in the second quarter with back-to-back threes to give LA a 9-point lead at halftime. LeBron kept his hot streak going, extending the lead to double digits in the second half. Despite a late push from Anthony Simons, the Lakers maintained control. LeBron sealed the win with a clutch layup in the final seconds. The Brooklyn Nets narrowly escaped a wild comeback attempt by the Milwaukee Bucks, securing a 113-110 win. Despite nearly blowing a 20-point lead, the Nets' defense stepped up in the final seconds with Nick Claxton blocking Giannis Antetokounmpo's potential game winner. Cam Thomas exploded for 17 points in the first half, while D'Angelo Russell added 12 assists and Claxton posted a double-double. Zaire Williams, returning from injury, made an immediate impact. The Nets looked to have it locked up with a 111-90 lead, but Giannis sparked a Bucks rally, trimming the lead to single digits. As the Bucks made a late push, Williams hit 2 crucial free throws to seal the win. However, Cam Johnson, who scored 26 points, twisted his ankle on the final play, leaving the game with an uncertain injury. Brooklyn improved to 13-21 with Thomas calling the win, a sign of their battle-tested mentality. But with Johnson's injury looming, the Nets will hope for smoother games ahead. And here are more results from around the NBA. And now, here's your daily dose of sports lingo. A swish is the ultimate basketball shot. That is when the ball goes through the hoop without touching the rim or backboard, creating that satisfying whoosh sound as it glides perfectly through the net. It's the mark of a smooth and accurate shot, and every player dreams of hitting one. The term swish actually comes from the sound that the ball makes as it cuts through the air and passes through the net. Unlike a shot that bounces off the rim or backboard, a swish is flawless. It's as pure as it gets. The swish isn't just about precision, it's also about the style points. It's so iconic that some players practice aiming for nothing but net, making sure their shots are as clean as possible. So, who's your favorite player who consistently nails those perfect swishes? Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. What's the price of moving on? Let's talk about Red Bull's costly Perez exit that has been making a louder buzz recently. Guess how much it costs to hit the reset button in Formula One? For Red Bull Racing, the answer is staggering. Several $millions. The team's decision to part ways with Sergio Perez ahead of his contract's 2025 expiry came at a hefty price as revealed by advisor Helmut Marko. Marko remarked, "We're talking about Formula One here, confirming the jaw-dropping payout for the Mexican driver's early departure." Perez's 2024 season started strong with 4 podiums in the first 5 races, but His form took a nosedive after the Chinese Grand Prix. He failed to secure another podium and managed only 49 points across the remaining 18 races, a far cry from his impressive 2023 performance. Despite Red Bull's mid-season renewal of Perez's contract, his struggles continued. Ultimately, the team chose to part ways, clearing the path for rising star Liam Lawson to partner Max Verstappen in 2025. Marco once again remarked that this decision opens doors for the future, hinting at a fresh direction for the team. With Verstappen dominating the Drivers' Championship, but Red Bull slipping in the Constructors' rankings, Lawson's entry marks a new chapter. Can Red Bull reclaim its dominance in 2025? Formula One fans, rev up for what's next. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 3rd of January. When we return, we will get to know the Philippines' ace archer, Andrea Robles, as she sets her sights to more victories this 2025. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard.
What age do you start losing significant hair?
Some as early as their late teens, which can be quite impactful on their lives.
1,000%, yes.
Exactly. But in general, between the ages of about 25 to up to 65. And it comes at all stages of their life. So we're so happy to kind of help people at their college days to really the beginning of a marriage to the end of a marriage.
You'd be surprised to know how many women experience and suffer in silence. So use all sorts of techniques and hairstyles to cover their hair loss.
Right.
Some can be genetic, some can be connected to postpartum, or could also be caused by hairstyles like traction alopecia.
Right.
It meant a lot. There are only 3 companies in the Philippines included in the 100 list. It's also validated what we are doing is good for the environment. Aside from that, we're also able to get a new investment from CSEF, Southeast Asia Clean Energy Fund. Early this year, we are able to raise $6 million. And for Mober, it's really something very, very proud that what we are doing is really helping the country also.
Your newest source of news and information.
That's it? Yeah.
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow.
Oh, man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasan Pamasahe.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda.
This is BNC, and we are everywhere. At BNC, 12 noon doesn't mean break. We're always ready to give you the latest news. Join Maya Rodriguez delivering fresh news for you.
Price of diesel will increase by $1.45 per liter. Field of flowers cover the square in front of St. John Church.
Vendors we spoke to here in La Loma say sales are up this year.
News feed at noon, only here on BNC.
Welcome back to The Scorecard. Our guest tonight arguably knows how to stay focused on the things she set her sights into. And to say that she is always on target is an understatement. Please welcome to the BNC studio our country's compound archery ace, the beautiful Andrea Robles. Andrea, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
seat. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Anton. Thanks for having me here.
Okay, fun fact to everybody watching. This is the second time that I am having this great opportunity to interview Andrea. The first time, believe it or not, was 10 years ago. She was
Yes.
only 16 years old. Now she's all grown up, 26 years old, and has achieved so much in those 10 years. Ranked number 35 in the world right now. The only Filipino to win 2 medals, gold in 2019, bronze in 2023 in the Indoor Archery World Series. Tama ba yung mga credentials
Yes,
mo?
that's right.
Okay. Crazy how time flies. How are you doing? I know you're doing a lot aside from the competitions. You're also about to go back to the UK to start your MBA. Kamusta naman?
That's right. Everything's been really great. I'm continuously shooting. As you mentioned, I started my MBA. I'm in the Philippines right now. I'm back home for the holidays, and I'm heading back to the UK to continue my master's next week, actually. So yeah, it's been really good.
Okay, let's just take a quick trip back down memory lane for the people who might be watching this for the first time and are unfamiliar with you and archery. Paano ba nagsimula yung hilig mo with regards to this sport?
Okay, so I started back when I was 15 years old.
Yes.
I was always into sports because both my parents were athletes. My dad was a swimmer, my mom was a badminton player. So sport has always been an important part of my life. I did swimming when I was a kid and badminton just like my parents, but I was still looking for something that, that was my passion, that was mine. So it really was just like a random idea in my head that popped up one summer na parang I want to try archery, like super random. And then so I told my dad, and then he was surprised kasi like nobody in the family was into archery. We didn't know anybody in archery, so he's like, okay. I mean, being the supportive dad that he is, he's like, okay, let's find a place where you can learn it. And then, we found a place. I did my lessons, and then I just fell in love with the sport.
And that's here in the Philippines, where you started training.
Yes.
Okay, so you said you started 15. We had that interview at 16, and you were already wearing the Philippine flag.
Yes.
So, ganun kabilis. You really picked up the sport right away.
Yes, I really loved it talaga. Once I started it, tuloy-tuloy yung training. I trained. I worked so hard with my coach. I got a physical trainer, to help me build the physical side because I started it kind of late na, 15 years old.
Yeah.
Usually you start like when you're young pa, right? When you're a kid. But I started medyo late, so I knew I had a lot to catch up on. But I really loved it. So I was training so hard, and then, I really wanted to represent the country. So the opportunity came. I got to represent together with the national team. And my first international competition, luckily, we won the women's team event.
Let's go to 2019, which was a very big year in your life. You graduated from the Ateneo,
Yes.
and then, of course, SEA Games here in the Philippines. But prior to that, you became the first Filipino, and only up to this very day, correct, to win the gold in the World Series.
Yes.
So talk about that year, 2019.
Like you said, it was a great year. I graduated from university. At the time, I set my plans that okay, I'm gonna take this time to focus on archery, especially to SEA Games year. And I knew the Indoor World Series was coming up, so I really prepared for those tournaments. And I was really happy with how it turned out. It was my first Indoor World Series, and I won the gold. I went against some of the top archers in the world at that time. The gold medal match was against world ranked number 3 at the time from the US, Paige Pierce from the US. And, my idols that I would look up to.
Yeah.
And then I was there in a competition with them. I was just so happy to be there. And then I was, of course, so happy with how it turned out.
Well, that's crazy. Wait, so 2016, so you were just 4 years into competition during that time that you won the gold, tama
yes,
ba?
That's right.
Grabe, ganun kabilis, ano?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this might be a broad question. Right now kasi, you're ranked 35th in the world.
Yeah.
How does somebody, di ba, among all the archers in the world, get up that high in the world rankings?
Well, it didn't come without my support system. My family, my parents were always so supportive. Whatever I needed in terms of training, in terms of coaching, experience, nutrition, everything, sports psychology, they really supported me. That's a big help talaga. You can't do it all by yourself. So that was a big help to get to where I am. Of course, I had the support of Ayala when I was part of the Atetang Ayala program. They really helped me have that support to compete internationally and to continue my sport even as I got older. So it's really the people around you is a big thing.
All right, to everybody watching right now, there is this great article that came out on the Philippine Star website, which Andrea here wrote herself, and it sort of encapsulates your journey and how you feel about the entire situation with regards to archery here, and how it's very important that organizations here in the Philippines also support the other sports. Hindi lang yung puro basketball, hindi lang puro volleyball, pero yung mga athletes na katulad mo, Drea, na participating in archery.
Yes.
Is that still something you're advocating for these days, even though that nagtapos na yung taon mo with Ayala?
Of course, I mean, there are so many athletes in the Philippines that really are so deserving of support. Sports that are sometimes, looked over, like not really pinapansin masyado. That, what a shame, because Filipinos are so, have so much potential. If only we gave them more support, more recognition, there's so much more that we can achieve with those sports.
All right, now let's focus on the present. I think a few days from now, you'll be going to the UK to take on the next challenge in your life, which is, of course, the MBA.
Yeah.
Paano mo naman binabalance yon? I mean, you graduated in 2019 from Ateneo. Now you're going abroad to take up further studies in the MBA. Are you still going to be competing in archery? How are you going to balance all of these responsibilities? And, of course, living abroad.
Yeah, well, it is a challenge, like how you said it. It's a lot. But I think because I really love what I'm doing. I love archery. I also love, I want to build my professional career. I'm taking my MBA. So, doing those things, there's things that I really want to do. I have goals for the future, both in my athletic career and my professional career, that I really want to, do well in. So I'm working really hard. Of course, it's challenging. There are sacrifices that need to be made, but at the end of the day, it's something that I want to do. So that's what helps.
Okay, this might be a tough question right here. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What's the toughest thing about being an archer?
Toughest thing, it's a mental game. I think that's I would say that 90% mental. Physically, you could be so prepared. You could be, at your fittest. But if your mental is not, if you don't train your mental part, it's not gonna work, or it will be extra challenging. So, and it's mental side is so important, but it's often the part that's overlooked. So it's important to train that side as well.
So 90% mental.
I would say, yeah.
All right, Drea, for our last question, because this interview happened 10 years apart from your very first one, also with me, on a show called The Score. Now, the show that we have right now is The Scorecard. Let's come up with an imaginary vision board right now.
Oh, wow.
Andrea Robles, 10 years from now. Kasi, di ba, from 16 to 26, naging two-time medalist ka in the World Series. When you're 36, what do you think your life will be like, and what goals do you see yourself achieving in that span of time?
Wow. Well, hopefully with an MBA.
Yep.
Advocating for sports, for sure, especially for sports that, like archery, need hopefully more recognition, more support. I'd like to be advocating for that 10 years from now. A successful businesswoman, and yeah.
All right, lastly, I'm sure there are a lot of young athletes watching right now. Baka meron kang message sa kanila, because you're somebody who chased her dreams, who believed in herself, worked hard, put in the work, and brought back glory, not just to your family, but to the entire country as well. What is your message to everybody watching? If there's a young athlete who might be watching right now who also has dreams of her own or his own?
Follow your dreams. Dream big. Don't think that your dreams are beyond you. Don't think that they're too big to achieve. You can achieve everything that you set your mind into. Work hard, and you can do it. You can achieve whatever you want.
So there you have it. Words from the only Filipino world champion and medalist in the Indoor Archery World Series, Andrea Robles. Andrea, it's great to see you again, and all the best when you go to the UK to pursue your MBA. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Andrea Robles, everybody. When the scorecard returns, we will look into the upcoming NBA matchups, so keep your eyes on the prize.
The desire to look good, to celebrate our bodies, to proclaim our status through what we wear is not exactly just modern vanity. In fact, I'd like to think it links us to our ancestors, to our indigenous people, to all humanity. But right now, no one can argue that Wang Od is the most effective proponent of Dayao, our knowledge, our pride.
Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Rain Musngi. Join us as we explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey.
We empower.
Filipino startups can actually compete globally.
We motivate.
Growing retail interest today from a cryptocurrency perspective.
Changes that are vital.
We have high data privacy standards for all our clients.
Follow the Money with Rain Musngi.
Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, always on top.
Every morning.
It's getting better.
Let's start your day right with fun and laughter. Join Paulo Del Rosario.
Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
And Asis Carillo.
We are bringing happiness and cheer along with inspiration, good vibes, and great energy.
And Monique Tuzon.
Your mornings are mo fun with us. Only here on
It's a Beautiful Day.
The questions.
Why sounds very serious, but
Seryoso,
watch
no?
it.
Di ba parang, cry, may away pamilya, etc.
The issues.
Who are supposed to be on the faces of our bank, of our money?
Bangko Sentral, no? There is a numismatic committee who meets and decides.
We clarify matters.
The 1,000 peso bill was changed from the three heroes of World War II to the Philippine Eagle.
Pinky Web is always on point. Lifestyle, beauty, food. We got you.
If you want a gift that gives back, memories that is, this one is on my wish list too.
Join Marie Lozano where she uncovers the untold stories and surprises in the world of lifestyle.
I had already accepted my excess baggage fate. It's time to show me what you're really about.
The Lifestyle Lab on BNC, the Billionario News Channel.
Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. We'll break down the upcoming matchups to deliver key insights that might just give you the edge you need to stay ahead of the game. Tomorrow, January 4 at 8 a.m. Philippine time, live at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, the Charlotte Hornets will face off against the Detroit Pistons. The Charlotte Hornets enter this game with a 7-25 record, currently sitting 14th in the Eastern Conference. They're on a 4-game road losing streak and recently lost in overtime to the Chicago Bulls 108-115. Miles Bridges led the way for the Hornets with an impressive 31-point, 12-rebound, and 8-assist performance. But Charlotte continues to struggle without LaMelo Ball, who has now missed 116 of the last 196 games due to injuries. Meanwhile, the Detroit Pistons hold a 15-18 record, sitting in 9th place in the Eastern Conference. The Pistons are coming off a 105-96 win over the Orlando Magic, where Cade Cunningham recorded 19 points and 9 assists, and Jalen Duren added 18 points and 11 rebounds. However, the team suffered a blow as Jaden Ivey went down with a serious leg injury. A big loss for Detroit's high-octane transition game. Detroit enters as the favorite in this matchup with a minus 7.5-point spread. The Pistons' strong play in transition and solid defense have been key to their success, while the Hornets continue to struggle with scoring efficiency and depth. The over-under is set at 223.5 points, indicating a moderate scoring game, with the Hornets hoping to slow down Detroit's pace. Can the Hornets end their road slide and pull off an upset, or will the Pistons keep rolling despite their injury concerns? Don't miss this exciting Eastern Conference clash. At 9:30 a.m. Philippine time, live at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Dallas Mavericks. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this matchup with a league-best 29-4 record and a perfect 12-3 mark on the road. They're riding high on an 8-game winning streak, including a 122-110 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. Jarrett Allen dropped a season-high 27 points, while Donovan Mitchell added 26 as the Cavs hit 18 three-pointers, marking their 7th straight game with at least that many. Evan Mobley contributed 20 points, showcasing why the Cavaliers are outscoring opponents by an average of 11.9 points per game. The Dallas Mavericks, meanwhile, entered this game with a 2014 record, sitting 5th in the Western Conference. They're looking to bounce back from a 99-110 loss to the Houston Rockets. In that game, Quentin Grimes led the team with 17 points off the bench, while Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson chipped in with 16 each. With Luka Doncic sidelined with a calf strain, the Mavs have struggled to find offensive consistency, going 4-6 in their last 10 games. The Cleveland Cavaliers enter this game as favorites with a minus 5.5 point spread. The Cavs' hot shooting and relentless defense make them a formidable road team, while the Mavericks face an uphill battle without Doncic and against one of the NBA's most efficient offenses. The over-under is set at 230, highlighting an expected high-scoring matchup as both teams look to exploit each other's weaknesses. Can the Mavericks rally around their home crowd to stay competitive, or will the Cavaliers continue their dominant run and extend their road winning streak to 5? We shall see. And at 11 a.m. Philippine time, live at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California, the Memphis Grizzlies will face off against the Sacramento Kings in a Western Conference matchup. The Memphis Grizzlies entered this game with a 23-11 record, sitting 2nd in the Western Conference. They're coming off a 117-112 victory over the Phoenix Suns, with Jaren Jackson Jr. dropping a monster 38-point double-double and Desmond Bane adding 31 points. Despite missing Ja Morant due to a shoulder strain, the Grizzlies displayed dominance early and never trailed, thanks to strong contributions from Luke Kennard and John Conchar. On the other hand, the Sacramento Kings entered this game with a 15-19 record, currently 12th in the Western Conference. They're coming off a dramatic 113-107 victory against the Philadelphia 76ers, where De'Aaron Fox shined with 35 points and Domantas Sabonis dominated the glass with 21 rebounds. The Kings closed the game on a 15-0 run, sealing a comeback win in front of their home crowd. Memphis comes in as favorites with a minus 5.5 point spread. The Grizzlies' scoring depth and defensive pressure make them a tough matchup, while the Kings look to lean on Fox and Sabonis to stay competitive. The over-under for this game is set at 235.5, promising a high-scoring affair between these two fast-paced teams. Can the Grizzlies maintain their strong form on the road, or will the Kings rally behind their star players to pull off an upset in front of their home crowd? We shall see. And here are the rest of the odds for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a 7'1" basketball legend who set 72 NBA records, including a 100-point game and averaging 15 points, or 50 points in a season. Wilt Chamberlain, he once said, "It is said that good things come to those who wait. I believe that good things come to those who work. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you on Monday, right back here on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, on the Billionaire News Channel. My name is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening and happy weekend, everybody.